Hi guys, it's me Megan, your favourite podcaster. Today I'm going to be introducing to you a book called Ban This Book by Alan Gratz. In this book, Amy Ann's favourite book gets banned from her school library. She gets very stressed because of her two annoying sisters and this book censorship business. So she wanted to go to a school board meeting to fight all this banning. But she was so nervous that she didn't say anything at the school board meeting. So Amy Ann got a list of books that were banned and made a BBLL, or Banned Books Locker Library. She and her two friends, Daniel and Rebecca, made a bake sale to make money for the banned books. The BBLL made fake covers for the books so that whenever a teacher sees it, they'll think it's a random book and not any of the banned books. But after lending a book to someone, that person's parents told the principal about how good that book was, and the BBLL got busted. Amy Ann got suspended for 3 days. Daniel, Rebecca, and Amy Ann, including Trey, who is the son of the head librarian who is banning all these books, wrote request for reconsideration forms to ban all the books and bring the banned books back. But Amy Ann's annoying sisters shredded all of them, and Amy Ann tried to run away because she was so mad at them. When they got back to school, they got help to fill more forms by the kids in the school to help them in the bathrooms. At the end, they saved all the books in the library. So what are the characters in this story? Amy Anolinga, main character in the story, a girl who fights book censorship. Mom, Amy Ann's mom. Dad, Amy Ann's dad. Rebecca, Amy Ann's best friend, and she will become the world's greatest lawyer one day. Angelina and Alexis, Amy Ann's annoying sisters. Miss Spencer, Trey's mom, and the person who's banning all the books. Mrs. Jones, the school librarian. Daniel, Rebecca's crush, and Amy Ann's friend. I think this book has a relationship with the real world because the books that were banned in Ban This Book were actually banned in the real world in a library once. Matilda was banned because it portrayed of child neglect and the theme of disobeying adults. Captain Underpants because it contained offensive language, violence, and it was unsuitable for the age group. And believe it or not, Ban This Book was also banned because it subverted and disobeyed school boards. I personally don't support book banning because it cuts my freedom to read and it limits my creativity and exposure. And that might cause me to read less books, stops me from getting introduced by the books to new ideas, and the awareness of things happening outside of, politics and economics and stuff that are indicated in the book or that the book talks about. So say if Ban This Book was banned, then people won't know about all this censorship and fighting censorship, all of these things. They won't know about it because the book is banned and they're not allowed to read it. And it's kind of not fair to the author because the whole point of the author creating a book like this is for people to read it. There should be like a individual or family judgment for what books to read. So parents have to have the responsibility to control what their kid reads, because the school isn't who should control what you have to read. It's supposed to be your parents, and the school doesn't have the right to do that. And despite that I don't agree this book banning business, I appreciate the people who support it. They might think that some scenes or the language or violence or racism contained in books might be inappropriate for their kids. Like Ban This Book, it was banned because the challenger said it contained sexual content and it was rebellion against school authority. Some solutions to book banning can be voting. So the school can invite parents to vote on if the book should be allowed or banned in the school library. This so-called banning, the librarian can keep the book with sensitive topic, and if a student wants to read it, they have to ask the librarian, and he or she will have to check if it's appropriate for the student's age level. And I realized that book banning in school is actually not effective because students can get hold of that book in different ways, such as buying them or borrowing them from another library. So librarians can consider explaining to students why that book is inappropriate for them so that the kids understand, why am I not allowed to read this book? It seems so good. And even if we disagree with each other's opinion about book banning, we still have to listen to others' reasons about book banning and understand both sides of the story. I'd give this book a rating of 10 out of 10. 8 because it's a beautiful story about fighting for what we love and to have the freedom to read. It also encourages people to speak up for themselves, and it shows that we have to fight for what we think is right. And it also describes a person facing stress from family and school, but manages to speak up for herself even through all this stress. And a 2 because it's actually related to the real world, because according to the author's note on the back of the book, all these books that were banned by the school board in Ban This Book was banned at least once in an American library in the past 30 years. So thanks for listening to my podcast. Hope to check out all of my stories. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you in my other podcasts. Bye!